So I've had a lot of people request, they're like, hey, when are you going to go back to photography? We want some more photography videos. And so today we're actually going to be talking about photography, but in a comedical way. Because as a photographer, we've all had those experiences where we've had some fails, like whether it be tripping over things or maybe not getting the right shot or whatnot. And honestly, they can be very memorable and they can also be very comedic, and they can even just bring some great stories in the future. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, that sucks. It's like rave music. It's like, why is this not working? I don't understand. Little side note, if you notice, he didn't know why it wasn't working, and if you look, you'll see why it wasn't working. This is a total noob kind of thing. The lens cap was on, and that's on live TV. That guy is now without a job because he was just kind of slacking around. I'd be pissed too. Ooh, that can burn. The guy still takes the photo? Like after she flipped it? Okay, so this is just something, I'm going to bring this full circle real quick because I want to talk about this real quick. I mentioned this a long time ago when I first started this channel. When you're a photographer, you got to be mindful of your surroundings, and that includes being mindful of the wildlife, because wildlife can get crazy when it comes to photography. And when you do wildlife photography, you should definitely have someone along with you, because I've seen videos and I've seen fails of people, coming close to being eaten by an alligator or a crocodile, or just different things because they weren't being mindful of their surroundings. They weren't being mindful of just everything they were doing. So let's go back to it. Oh, I've seen this one before. I like that. How crazy is that? He just acts like nothing happened. Oh my gosh, like it's just like right in the heart of it and almost got killed. Oh! Slid right into the guy. And the guy's still taking photos. Like, that's dedication to your job. That's dedication. You get wiped out from the rugby player and you still get some photographs. That's dedication. That's awesome. Like, here's a slow motion. Boom! Oh my gosh, and he's still dedicated. Oh. Whoa. Bird's trying to attack him. Oh my gosh. This is what I'm saying. You gotta be mindful of your surroundings. My knee, but in retrospect, like I'd be more grateful that like the bird didn't hit me in the face, because a knee will heal. And so will a face, but you gotta have your face to be able to see. So just be mindful of your surroundings as a photographer. And see, that right there, that's a great observation. He said she has her family up there, so I guess she bravely is defending the... So you gotta be mindful of your surroundings, especially when it comes to wildlife, because you don't know if their nest is nearby, or whether it be their cubs, their baby birds. You just have to be mindful of the surroundings, because you do not want to mess around with nature. I always think about the term F around and find out. This is what happens. Like, when you F around and you find out, this is exactly what happens. Wow, she is not happy. She's like, get out of here, dude. Wow, he must have really hurt his knee if he's still hurting. Oh, this is gonna end up bad. This is gonna end bad. Oh, like right there on live TV, he's picking his nose. You can tell that guy's dating life is over. His dating life's over. He's definitely not going to get the girl of his dreams or his wife. Or if he's married, actually he has a wedding ring on, so he's married. So his wife is probably just like, man, my husband is like picking his nose right on camera, on live TV. You know that he got mocked and everything like that for that very thing. Like, look, I'm going to bring this again full circle because I cannot emphasize enough when it comes to doing things like that. They will stick around for years to come. You know, we've all been there as a kid, you know, picking your nose. That's fine, like when you're a kid, just to pick your nose. But when you're a grown man picking your nose on live TV and you're a photographer nonetheless, that's bad. Like, you're going to get mocked, whether it be, well, obviously you're going to get your spouse, you know, because you saw they had a wedding ring. Your spouse is going to make fun of you. So, like, yeah, you must have really been digging for gold up there. The people you work with are going to make fun of you. And anyone who sees you in public, they're like, oh my gosh, that's the guy that freaking picked his nose on live TV. Like, how embarrassing for that guy. Like, I'd be so embarrassed. Like, if I did anything like that. Oh my goodness.
Maciek trzyma się bardzo blisko Bartka. Jest za mniejszym kątem, wiecie, ale cały czas próbuje atakować.
Oh my gosh, it's I was not expecting that one. I was not expecting that one. That's awesome. Like, you know, here's this photographer thinking it's just kind of a regular gig, taking photos of race cars. And, you know, they're drifting, you see a lot of smoke. And then, out of nowhere, boom! Fire right in the gun. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh, it's like a domino effect. Like, oh my gosh. I've seen videos like this. I've seen similar videos like this. And there's no way to recover from that. Like, not only did he trip himself, but he tripped another photographer as well. Oh my gosh.
Why would you sit in front of a fucking four-wheel drive? Get the goddamn...
And I'm sorry, there was some swearing right there. I apologize. But this, I kind of have the same mentality as the guy that's saying that. Is like, why are you sitting there right in the way of danger? Like, look, I get it. You want to get some really good shots, especially like if this could be her husband right here. I'm not sure. Maybe he's like, you know, get some good shots of me so I can, you know, throw them up on Facebook, or I can throw them up on Instagram and get a whole lot of likes and maybe get some sponsorships. It's not worth putting your life at risk.
Why would you sit in front of a fucking four-wheel drive?
The guy's like trying to pull her right back. Like, come on.
I'd be a fucking fool. That's going to fucking YouTube. I don't give a shit.
Oh no! He totally just took her lens, and she's like, okay, that just happened. That just happened. That's awkward. I wonder if she got it back. If you guys know, make sure you tell me in the comments below, because I would like to know if she got it back. Oh man, that's awkward. It's funny at the same time though. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed at that point if someone was like, if an athlete stole my lens, Because that was an expensive lens. You can tell that was an expensive lens. Aw, such a precious moment. Brooming, husband and wife, newlyweds. He's backing up, not being mindful of his surroundings, and... Oh no! I've seen this one before. I thought this looked familiar. And this just goes back to the fact that, like, you gotta be mindful of your surroundings. I've done a lot of outdoor photography, and like I've even done it in like the wintertime. You gotta be mindful of your surroundings. It doesn't matter if you're indoor, outdoor. Be mindful, because your equipment is your job. And if you mess up your equipment, then you might be out of a job for a bit. Because I mean, he's doing a good job at it. I mean, what he was paid for, but he's just not being mindful of his surroundings. Like right here, he just trips, and not only does he fall, he douses both his camera bodies, and without a shadow of a doubt, both those are probably ruined at this point. Let me tell you about a little bit of an experience that happened to a family member of mine. I was at work. Let me bring this full circle. I was at work, and my mom and my brother, they went hiking down in Salt Lake County, up in the mountains down there in Salt Lake County. And when they're up there in the mountains, they asked me, like, hey, can we take your camera? We know you're going to not be there, but can we take your camera and get some good shots? I was like, yeah, sure. And when I got home, they got back like maybe like a half an hour either before or after. I don't remember. It was years ago. And I was like, how was it? Like, how was the hike? They're like, it was good. It was hard, but it was good. And not only did they not get the shots that they were hoping to get, they lost a lens cap of mine, and the eye press that's on your camera body, that has somehow popped off, and I had to pop that back on. And they apologized to me, like, it's okay, like it's not a big deal. Like in the moment, I was maybe was a little peeved, but this is why I say you have to be mindful of your surroundings. And this guy right here, not being mindful of surroundings and falling into the fountain, that's heartbreaking for me. Not only because of the photography and the people who just paid a lot of money to this photographer to get moments of their special day, but now not only is that guy going to be out the money for the new gear, but he's also going to have to somehow see if he can recover those photos for that family. Because I can tell you right now, that's probably going to take him hours, if not days, if not weeks or months. Because when you douse your cameras in a full fountain of water and you're not being mindful of your surroundings, they can ruin. I mean, yeah, there are some that are a little bit more water resistant, but when you just decide to take them on in a bath, well, you know what just happens. You know what happened, and it was so embarrassing. I feel so bad. I don't know if I feel more upset for the photographer or if I feel more upset for the client that just paid him probably thousands of dollars to get moments of the special day. I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job. Like, he's doing a really good job. But he should have looked behind him. Because this happened. It's so sad. Okay, I noticed that the guy, it looks like one of his assistants was like, hurry, quick, let me grab that camera. So hopefully, maybe one of the camera bodies survived. That would be my hope. If you guys know, make sure you tell me in the comments below, because that would suck so bad. 2 camera bodies ruined. Oh my gosh, that would suck so bad. I just noticed something. The little girl, she's the flower girl, and even she was like, oh no. Right about. I mean, it's nice that they're helping him up. She's right here. She's in the little white dress. She's like, oh no, like she knows like something bad just happened. Like, there's even she being like an 8 or 9-year-old is just like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I feel so bad for my family members and for this photographer. ate it pavement hard. Holy crap. Holy crap. That kind of stuff happens a lot as a photographer. That kind of stuff, you'd be surprised at how often that actually happens. You know, you're trying to get in front of them, and then you just trip. I'm accident prone, so that probably would have happened to me. Hopefully he's getting some good shots, because that octopus is not happy with him. I almost said squid. The octopus is like, oh, you want a piece of me, dude? Like, come on. This is my camera now. This is mine. I claim this is my own camera. Hopefully these shots turn out great. Another one that fell! Like, literally, like... I mean, how awkward is that? You get paid, or... He may have not even been paid, but he probably was. It looks like it was a playoff finale. But he's... You know, this is a pretty big moment. You know, they're winning. They just won the game. It looks like it's a basketball game. And you see the photographer, he's like right there. He's trying to come in all stealthy just so he can get some good shots, and then he trips. But he still tries to pull it off and get some good shots.
Please, sir, me. Please. Anywhere other than here.
Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I need to see this again. I think I've seen this video before.
According to the side road, now. Please, sir, me.
Okay, first of all, like, I understand this is a ceremony. Like, look, I get it. It's a ceremony. This is, and you're trying to do something great in the eyes of God. But this couple paid for the photographer. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think the photographer was in the right? No. Do I think the minister was in the right? No. Were they both in the wrong? Yeah. It was both. It was a 50-50% of, you know, they both share 50-50% of being in the wrong. The reverend, the minister, he's kind of throwing a fit over something that's really, he has no need to throw a fit over. But there is a time and place for taking photography at the same time. Like, you know, this is something that's very special to people, and religion is very important to this minister, but at the same time, he shouldn't have freaked out like this.
Please. Anywhere other than here.
I love the groom's face. Like, if I was that groom, I'd be looking at my wife and be like, what do we do? Like, we paid for this photographer, but we also need this minister. Like, what do we do?
This is a solemn assembly, not photography. Please move, or I will stop.
Wow. He's like, he went full Karen mode. He went full Karen mode. Like, I understand that you are doing something right in the eyes of God. I get that. But he went full Karen mode.
Please, sir, me.
And not only, he tells him to leave. Like, what the heck? Like, I feel like he's kind of on his high horse.
Anywhere other than here.
The groom's like, if I was the groom, like, I'd just probably raise my hand, like, excuse me, minister, we pay for these photographers. We need them here. Thank you.
This is a solemn assembly, not photography. Please move, or I will stop.
And then he's threatening to stop. Wow. And even the bride's like, well, this is awkward now. She looks at her husband like, are you sure you want to keep doing this?
Only if you do knock it out of the way. This is not about photography. This is about God.
It's not about photography. It's about God. It's not... I gotta bring this full circle. Look me straight in the eyes. It's not about photography. It's about God. Okay? Okay. It's not about photography. You remember that. This is not about photography. This is about God. This guy, he went full Karen on these photographers. Wow.
You know what Paul William is? Yeah,
Again, wildlife photography is great, but you gotta be mindful of your surroundings. Like, point in truth, right there. Like, this guy was foolish in getting that close to that deer. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't mess around with nature. As I said earlier, you F around and find out. This guy was effing around and he found out.
You know what Paul William is? Yeah,
I mean, this deer is just like minding his own business. Just scrounging and eating. And this guy thinks he can do whatever he wants. And boom! Okay, happy moment. Oh no! The photographer and videographers they're getting pissed off at each other. It's like turning into WrestleMania, like WWE kind of stuff. They're just like beating each other. And so he goes after the other one. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, I'd be kind of irritated if I was the groom. If I was the groom with my bride, and I pay for a photographer and a videographer, and they decide to get into a brawl, like what the heck? Like, look at this. They're just going all out. They're just like wanting to fist fight each other and everything. He throws down his bag. He's kneeing him. Like, look at this. And even the groom tries to stop him. Like, guys, stop. And then he goes after this person, this videographer. Oh no! Did you see how he just slammed the freaking camera down? Like, that is an expensive piece of equipment to just slam down on the ground. He just, boom! Like, how bad is that? There's the lawsuits coming with that way. So he throws the broken camera like, okay, it's already broken, I'm just gonna throw it. I love that. He just, I love it, and I cringe at the same time. Because this is something that you don't see every time, every day when it comes to photography. Boom! Slams it, and then... So that videographer's like, okay, you already broke my camera, so I'm just gonna huck it at you. Oh my god! Like, why?
Walking up along the road, sniffing around, and then, standing up. There he goes. Looking through the lens.
Barry's like, what is this contraption? Alright. Oh, okay. It attacked me. I'm out of here. I love it when wildlife does that, when they just do those sudden moves. Like, obviously this is a grizzly bear, and they were smart to step back because you don't mess with wildlife.
The bear walking up along the road, sniffing around, and then, standing up. There he goes.
Oh my gosh. Like, look how cool that is. Like, it's probably made for some good shots, but, like, you don't mess around with grizzly bears in wildlife. He's like, I'm out. See you guys. That thing attacked me. I think I've seen this one before. I think I have. Yeah, with elephants. And this guy just acts like it's not a big deal. Guys, who's ever watching this video, please be mindful of your surroundings, especially like if you're a nature photographer and you're out in the wildlife, be mindful of your surroundings. Like, that would freak me out so badly. You know, you're just sitting there, and yeah, he's probably trying to get some good shots. And don't get me wrong, like that's kudos to him. However, the elephant is like 20 times his size, and he's just sitting there taking photos. Dude, run! Just run! Like the elephant's probably pissed because you were probably, you know how I said earlier that that skua, I think it was a skua that was protecting her nest. This elephant was probably protecting its herd. Like, you don't mess around with wildlife. You don't. Yeah, he moves. He like tries to tell the stop. Like, stop. And then he just acts like nothing happens.
Wait!
I've seen this one. I've seen it before, and this is. Does he not see the alligator? Does he not see the alligator like right there? Like, what is going through this guy's mind? This guy's like, I'm about to get a 3-course meal out of this guy right here. Like, look at this. They're all telling him to leave. You know, they're saying, "Vámonos, vámonos," and he's just not even paying attention because it's this alligator right here. He's just slowly, right here. He's just creeping along. They're like, get out of here! And then he's like, oh crap. Guys, take it from someone that has been doing photography since 2017. You have to be mindful of your surroundings. Look, I cannot emphasize that enough. That guy almost got, he was almost eaten from that alligator. And it's all because he was wanting to get some up-close shots of the alligator's buddy. You got to be mindful of your surroundings. If you are in the middle of like a lightning storm and if you're taking photos, probably best to just go and seek cover. Because don't get me wrong, getting photos with, lightning is cool and all. But what if that lightning was to strike you down and ruin your day or even kill you? Like, you have to be mindful of your surroundings. Oh my goodness, this just it drives me nuts. Oh! The deer's like, get out of here, dude. Like, I don't want you here. Get out of here. Like I said, get out of here. This is my turf. I will fight you. You would think that by the fact that he has headbutted him a few times, that this photographer would finally get the hint, like, okay, I need to leave. But look at this. Like, he literally just sits here, not just caring the world about it. You don't mess around with wildlife. That's when you F around and you find out. He's lucky this deer was being gentle and not being really pushy and aggressive, because those antlers, they can hurt. But he was, and you can see the deer wasn't trying to hurt him, but he was just wanting him to leave. Because he just wanted to eat in peace. And this guy's like, what do I do again? Like, oh, you don't want my photo taken? Okay, I'm just going to still take photos. Okay, so you moved my hat. I'm just going to put it back on. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to sit here until I can get I'll put my hat back on. Thanks for taking it off. I'm just going to take some photos, maybe. And then there's this. Like, look how painful that is. All because the guy wanted to get a good shot. Look, I'm all for getting a good shot, but when your life is in danger, it's not worth it. It's not worth it whatsoever. I mean, look at this. The guy was, again, it comes back to being mindful of your surroundings. Like, this was in like Mexico or South America or something like that. And they do these kind of things all the time. Like, they have these traditions down there. It's like, bull runs and things of that nature. And so this guy knew that he was in danger, but he's still not being mindful of his surroundings. Like, look at this. And the bull's like, I'm going after this guy right here. Boom! It looks like it hurt, but then... Man, well, you don't mess around with wildlife. You don't mess around with wildlife. You could be Peter. Let me bring this full circle. Let me bring this full circle real quick for you guys, because honestly, look, you could be Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, Matt Hapuja, and you still should not be messing around with wildlife. Those photographers like myself, know that you don't mess around with wildlife. You don't mess around with nature because, again, you F around and you find out. It's just short, simple, and to the point. You F around and you find out. And when it comes to dealing with wildlife, you don't mess with wildlife. Like, I mean, look, he's trying to, like, dude, I want you gone. I've seen this one before. I love this one. Look how graceful he is with his steps. This is like something out of like one of those Chinese action martial art movies that I used to watch growing up with my brother. Because, like, I mean, the guy's limber. He's very, like, light on his feet. Like, it's just, when I see this, it reminds me of Bruce Lee. He's like he's doing some kind of dance before he gets into a fight with someone. Look how cool this is. Like, he's very light on his feet. He's just like gets right into it, and then he just does the back step, and then he just does like right here. Yeah, but he's honestly, guys, what more can I say that has already not been said? You have to be mindful of your surroundings, because this guy, for example, I brought this up. Right. And again, that guy's not being mindful of surroundings. This guy, he's just right here. He's like right down here, not paying attention. There's bullseye. Oh, this guy's mine. And then just boom! He'd be lucky if his camera was not broken at that point, because that looked like a pretty hard hit from a bull. Like, you don't mess around and find out. You F around and you find out, and you don't want to F around and find out. But honestly, guys, like, do you like this? Like, do you guys enjoy this kind of stuff when it comes to photography? Do you enjoy me talking about, and critiquing photography fails? If you do, and if you want this to be a series, make sure you tell me in the comments below, because I'm excited to kind of, dial back into photography. Not full-time for this channel. It's not going to be full-time. But every so often, we will be doing a photography video on this channel. But with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.